Welcome back to Part 3, Identifying Personal Issues Involving Your Money Mindset. This video covers several food for thought activities with the objective of identifying and working on your most important issues for improving your money power position. If you haven't already done so, you would probably find it very useful to download the fillable PDF that accompanies this module via a link in the description. As you watch the video, you can work through the questions listed in the Before and After Under-Earning quiz in Part 3 of the document. Through this exercise, you'll discover more about which money mindset issues are likely to affect you the most. What follows is the content of the Under-Earning quiz. Which of the following 30 statements are true for you? Pause the video momentarily after each one to choose true or false quickly, without thinking too much about your response. Answer true if you think it might apply, even if you're not quite sure. E1. I often give away my services for free, volunteering, or working more hours than I'm paid. 2. It's so hard to ask for a raise or raise fees that I just don't do it. 3. I actually dislike money and/or the people who have it. 4. I am proud of my ability to make do with little. There's nobility in being poor. 5. I blame someone or something else for my financial situation, e.g. the IRS, ex-husband, etc. 6. I find ways to avoid dealing with money, e.g. bartering. 7. I tend to sabotage myself at work, e.g. apply for jobs I'm not qualified for or are low-paying. I stop short of reaching goals and/or change jobs a lot. 8. I work very, very hard, e.g. long hours, several jobs. Or I go into excess hours and then collapse. 9. I fill my free time with endless chores and tasks. 10. I am in debt with little savings and no idea where my money is going. 11. I have a family history of debt and/or under-earning. 12. I am vague about my earning. I overestimate or underestimate my income by noticing my gross income, not the net amount I receive. 13. I continually put others' needs before my own. 14. I am frequently in financial pain or stress. 15. Recognition and praise are more important to me than money. 16. I am confident in my ability to make money. 17. I always live below my means. 18. I love money and appreciate what it does for me. 19. I am very optimistic about my financial future. 20. I experience very little fear or insecurity around money. 21. I am determined to get paid what I am worth. 22. I am passionate about my work. 23. I have very supportive, nurturing relationships, including my spouse. 24. I like wealthy people. 25. I have little or no credit card debt. 26. I intentionally get myself in situations beyond my ability and then rise to them. 27. I am resilient and able to bounce back when I fall. 28. I am filled with gratitude for the success I've achieved. 29. I work very hard, but I know I don't have to do everything myself. I know how to delegate and set limits. 30. I am tenacious in achieving my goals. Score yourself. The first 15 statements belong in the profile of a classic under-earner. Statements 16 to 30 represent attitudes of high-earning women. Count how many true responses you have in each half. If you responded true to 2 or more statements in 1 to 15, you're probably earning less than your potential, despite your efforts or desire to make more. If you responded true to 2 or more statements from 16 to 30, you're likely already in the upper income brackets of your profession or industry, or you should be. Are you ready to go even higher? Even if you qualify as a hardcore under-earner, you probably have at least a few high-earning traits noted in statements 16 through 30. The work of this program is to strengthen and expand those positive attributes while eliminating the under-earning tendencies. Make a note of the money mindset issues you discovered by answering true to statements 1 to 15 and focus on those specific points when working through this and future modules. Traits of under-earners. This second money mindset activity comprises 20 statements describing a classic under-earner. You can find the list in Part 3 of the fillable PDF for this module. Think about your own situation and how much each of these traits does or doesn't apply to you. Write about your discoveries in the PDF or your journal, including which statements you found true of yourself or mostly true. Remember, there is always a spectrum. The ones you identify with the most are the topics you should select to work on. 1. Under-earners have a high tolerance for low pay that most others would not accept. 2. Under-earners often go along to get along and are afraid to make waves, even on things unrelated to money. Where do they want to go for dinner? They don't care. Anywhere is fine with them. 3. Under-earners have accepted their bad financial situation and have decided to just live with it because they really have no other choice. 4. Under-earners feel trapped and out of control of their lives. 5. Under-earners often give away too much valuable time and money for free. 6. Under-earners tend to underestimate their worth and sell themselves short in many ways, not just financially. 7. Under-earners crave approval. 8. Under-earners are self-sabotaging. 9. Under-earners have a hard time saying no. 10. Under-earners are too quick to accept a job with a low salary without even asking for more. 11. Under-earners often feel they are simply not worth much. 12. Under-earners are afraid of making their boss or company angry and are afraid of getting fired. 13. Under-earners live in financial chaos and do not even know exactly how their overall financial picture looks. They're not sure of their exact debts or assets. 14. Under-earners often fantasize about or seek out a savior, such as a rich husband. 15. Under-earners are lousy negotiators if they try to negotiate at all. 16. Under-earners are anti-wealth, practicing a type of reverse snobbery. 17. Under-earners are codependent and tend to put the needs of others before their own. 18. Extreme under-earners will give and give until they collapse. 19. Under-earners think rich folks are probably crooks or at least unhappy jerks, but that dealing with poverty is noble. 20. Under-earners often deny how bad their money issues really are and tend to resist change. Food for thought activity 3. Breaking through your barriers. Finish these sentences in the PDF or your journal with whatever words first pop into your mind. Your answers will be very revealing. I would love to make more money, but what? You can't? Your job doesn't pay well? You don't know how to do anything else? You're afraid to ask? Your boss is a total jerk? The economy is rotten? What is holding you back? How valid is that? Fear is understandable and might truly be warranted. That is why we had you think about setting boundaries and dealing with difficult conversations in Module 1, Part 5, Relentlessly Pleasant. You may find it worthwhile to rewatch the video and answer the reflective questions in that section of the Module 1 PDF. Some employers may react negatively to being asked for a pay rise or different working arrangements or whatever you feel would improve your life. There's no doubt about it. So you need to prepare for that and be realistic with yourself without falling back into fear. Sometimes that can be a really fine line, but you know your situation best. The trick is not to let thinking the worst be overly in control. And you can't change the fact that your boss is a jerk, but you can learn how best to approach him. If my boss came to me tomorrow and suddenly doubled my salary, I would feel, hopefully you'd be thrilled, but maybe you would feel like he was crazy, off his rocker. Or maybe you would jump to the conclusion that he must have won the lottery and was nice enough to make his lucky day your lucky day too. Would you feel like you deserved the money, or would you worry whether the company could actually afford it? Would you immediately dream of new shoes and fancy clothes, or would you decide to set up a higher contribution to your retirement fund? Would you even do something as foolish as immediately speaking up to say, "Oh, but that's not necessary, sir"? Believe it or not, an extreme underearner would say such a thing. Self-sabotage is one of the sneakiest traits of underearning. For example, some women would answer this by saying they would feel embarrassed, which is the first step on a very slippery slope to pushing good fortune away. As mentioned in Module 1, Video 1, a classic underearner often feels shy or anxious and shrinks from engaging, since she is easily made to feel awkward and feels unworthy. This is a good example of the benefits of practicing tapping into your feminine energetic presence. If you are not yet able to be at home with your light globe on, you can simply practice receiving positive attention graciously. It's rather fun, and you deserve it. This is the most direct and telling question in the entire program. You can probably think of an entire list of adjectives to describe money, and this part of the activity is an excellent warm-up for the next video, Part 4, Money Visualization, which is an exploration of your deepest emotions about money. What words are on your list? The following, fourth, food for thought activity is a list of 10 opposite word pairs that describe a common attitude about money. See where you are on the spectrum between each extreme. Evil, wonderful, absolutely necessary, not as important as people think, confusing, simple, scary and guilt-inducing, glorious and joy-inducing, scarce, plentiful, hard to come by, easy to come by, stressful to think about, not stressful at all to think about or deal with money, my best friend, my worst enemy. A completely unfair, crooked, and biased system. No one with any morals can win. A delightfully fair and easy system to navigate. Only lazy people who don't bother to work are poor. So much fun to make, spend, and count. Such a pain in the tush in every way. The following is the final food for thought exercise. How much do you agree with this statement? If I hear of someone making a lot of money, I assume they are probably working themselves to an early grave. I don't want to do that. I'd rather be poor. Answer. Assumptions are never your friend because they are almost always wrong. Some people do work too hard, no doubt about it. But often, research shows that when the overworking form of underearning is extreme enough, it becomes true workaholism. Workaholics are not doing it for the money. They're doing it for recognition, escapism, or other reasons that feed their compulsions. According to Wikipedia, causes of workaholism are thought to be anxiety, low self-esteem, and intimacy problems. Furthermore, workaholics tend to have an inability to delegate work tasks to others and often score highly on personality traits such as neuroticism, perfectionism, and conscientiousness. Former underearners were often shocked when they found out through experience that they could make more money without committing to a 90-hour work week. Also, keep in mind that many valuable things outside of your salary can also be negotiated. The size of bonuses, time off, flexible scheduling, working from home, reserved parking, etc. All of these things have monetary value, and you may even discover that the experience of enjoying exactly the right perks for your personal situation are priceless. How much do you agree with this statement? I really have the people at work fooled. They think I know what I am doing, but I often don't, and one of these days I'll be exposed as a fraud. Answer: if you agree with that statement, then you probably have what's known as imposter syndrome, which we'll cover in detail in the next module, Power Level, Quantum Competence. People who suffer with imposter syndrome believe they are not worthy of a raise. Although it's natural to feel that we're the only ones to suffer in that way, it's far more common than you think. But for now, you have a clear list of your areas of strength to support you on your journey to being a high-earning woman, and a list of areas that still require practice. See you in the next video, where you'll be accessing your subconscious through a brief but extraordinary money visualization that will help you to uncover your ultimate money mindset truths.